Okay, our guest is Jack Vance. We have a call on the line, and Mitch, did you catch this on? KPFK, you're on the air.
Hello, I want to defend and say something about Star Trek, and also say that you need more study of historical consciousness. There have been tremendous amounts done on as to whether the kind of narrow insipid rationalism that Blake tended to fight, and so did Shaw, as opposed to kind of an intentional thing. I think what's important about Star Trek is a tradition different from what you call science fiction, which can be traced, which is a tradition of surrealists like the Fritz Lang movies, even some very insipid things like the Flash Gordon popularist things.
Okay, let's...
How far ahead of the culture it is and how it structures things in certain ways. And I think Star Trek was a fantastic form of structuring a new kind of myth form, and if you compare it with the insipid nonsense that's on otherwise, there were some blundering types of things, but it's a true kind of classic form, and I think it should be defended. This is fair weather in Venice, and I can put my knowledge against anybody on the fight to create something. It relates basically to the media. I'll give you
very much. If you'd like to talk to Jack Vance or express an opinion, the phone number is 985-5735.
As a regular caller.
As Mitch said, you get people from all sorts of ideas.
In fact, I anticipated. I mean, after attacking this, there are at least people who love this thing, and I trod on their toe a little bit, so why shouldn't they respond?
Do you see yourself as an icon smasher?
No.
You don't?
No, I just...
Sometimes you get lucky, huh?
No, I don't see myself as anything really except just an artisan, craftsman trying to make an honest living.
And you're lucky enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
There are people in the field who aren't. KPFK, you're on the air with Jack Vance.
Yeah, I'd just like to make a comment on traditionalism. It was saying that things being arbitrary, moves being made arbitrarily, can make them interesting, and that isn't necessarily so, and things being traditional doesn't necessarily make them good. I'd like to see if he has any comment on that.
No, I don't have any comment, except it's not a hard and fast kind of situation. Sometimes traditions are kind of maybe some traditions possibly get along with. But in general, I'm a very sentimental man, even maudlin. So you can't argue with me about that. So all I can put it on the basis is I like traditions. Maybe you do, you know it, but I do. So you can't say that I don't have these feelings. You can say I'm a fool for having these feelings, but I have them nonetheless.
KPFK, you're on the air.
Yes, so my name is John Carr, and I'd like to speak to Mr. Vance.
You are?
Yes, I've read a number of your novels over the last 20 years, and one that really just turned me on was To Live Forever. And what I liked about that so much was the fact that you had captured a total alien culture, but one that was, technological, yet you presented it in a way that just, was fantastic. And I've noticed that most of your books are pre-industrial, in technology. I was just wondering if you plan to do anything more with, kind of an expanded technology.
Well, the reason for this is, and it's essentially a, if you're writing about, well, one reason I don't write about too much about telepathy and precognition and things like that is it because it's hard to know where to stop.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe in this, well, no. Let me phrase this a little better.
Right.
It's hard to write a story where people know what other people are thinking or can move objects at will.
Mm-hmm.
it just goes beyond your capacity to get an interesting plot involved.
Right.
Now, generally, for the same reason, I don't usually write about advanced technological societies, because when you have things like death rays and instant communication, and then it makes human beings so powerful, so everything becomes so easy that the conflict with natural phenomena comes to a halt. You give away all your half of the interest in the story, so to speak. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in that particular story, one of the things that impressed me was it dealt with longevity. It was the way you had brought it down to that personal level.
Yeah.
With one man trying to deal with it, and you could see that it was beyond his capacity to deal with it. And he began to commit excesses. And it continued in that, and it was really fascinating because it seemed so real. It seemed very human. It seemed the kind of thing that one might have to face at that point in the future.
If you think about it, and you think about an advanced technological society,
right,
that has access to longevity, as if you have been reading the papers recently, I think somebody had something to say along some hormone that people could live 800 years. But sooner or later, human beings are going to have to come to grips with the idea who is going to be allowed to live and who isn't.
Right.
Presuming we can't colonize stars. So, just going with this idea to its ultimate ends, it seems to me that you let the people live who, by some arbitrary scale of achievement.
Right, and might offer more to the society as a whole.
This is essentially the theme of that particular story.
Right.
But anyway, thank you. You've made some intelligent comments.